Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today with a little story time. Now, yesterday when I was talking to you about the guy that got dragged off the plane and all that happened with that, I started thinking that, I had been a travel agent for 16 years and I had all these experiences as a travel agent that were funny, that were scary, and just, fun stuff that happened to me. And normally I don't do story times, but this is a time in my life where I had some adventures. So I thought it would be kind of fun to share those adventures with you. Now, first off, let me mention again, I was the type of travel agent that booked corporate travelers, not leisure travels. So, like, I couldn't book your vacation. I couldn't even book my own vacation. When I would go on vacation, I would call the leisure division of the company that I worked for. And I used to work for American Express. So, one of the adventures that I had, or one of the funny things that happened to me. Now, y'all, let me just explain the type of travelers that we booked. Now, just say that you had a company, like a big company, and their executives needed, a travel agency to book their travel for them. Then their company would hire American Express to do it. So we would book not the average worker that worked in the company. It would be like the presidents, the CEOs, like the upper echelon of the company. We would book everything for them. I mean, from the moment they left their home. If they needed a limo, we would book that. If they needed a you know a corporate jet or a private jet, we would book that. We would book their hotels, their ride to their limo from the airport to the hotel, just everything. So, we really dug in there and booked a lot. You had to call the traveler. There were times that I had to book limos that the people requested food and drink in the limo, and you would have to get in touch with the limo company and sit on the phone and work with them on what this traveler wanted in that limo. We would get the information from the traveler, and then we would contact the limo company and sit with them and make sure that everything that that person wanted in that limo was there. So after years of doing this, I started to say, these are the most pampered people. And they had gotten on my nerves because I'm just an everyday girl. So some of the requests that these people made, it used to get on my nerves. And a lot of times when you're working with privileged people like that, to get through the day, you have to kind of find some humor because you're always being in service mode and trying to please them and say it in a way that they don't sense that you want to smack the fucking shit out of them. So this one particular time, um, I was working for a company that had their own corporate jet. So on this particular day, the corporate jet was full. So I couldn't get their passenger on that corporate jet. So the passenger, I had told the passenger that there was an airline that was flying almost exactly at the same time, and she could take that commercial flight. So she hemmed and hawed, and was wanting to do Amtrak because she didn't want to be inconvenienced. She wanted her own car. She didn't want to be like on the plane, I guess, with just everyday travelers. I guess on the train you can get a car where you're in the little booth by yourself. So now, because wasn't that familiar with booking Amtrak, I was getting aggravated with her because I had been on the phone with her for a while and she still hadn't made up her mind. And I was like, oh my God, this lady is getting on my nerves. Just book something so I can get off the phone and move on to the next person. So eventually she decided that yes, she wasn't going to do the commercial flight. She wanted to do Amtrak. Now, When you're a travel agent and you're booking flights, each city has its own city code. Say if it's Atlanta, it would be ATL. If it's Chicago, it would be ORD, for O'Hare Airport. And like Cincinnati would be CVG. San Diego would be SAN. You get the picture. But those are airline city codes. But the city codes for like Amtrak could be a little different. Now, I had all of the airline city codes memorized, but I really didn't know all of the Amtrak city codes. Like, I would have to put the traveler on hold and make sure that the city code that I thought it was for Amtrak was correct, so I didn't accidentally book the person on the wrong shit. So this particular day, after this lady had figured out that yes, she was going to go Amtrak, I was going to put her on hold to um, look up the city code for the cities that she would be traveling between. Now, here's the thing. You notice I said I was going to put her on hold. So I thought that I had put her on hold or either muted the call, because when I was looking for the sheet that we would use to look up the city code, I couldn't find mine. And I wanted to ask the person beside me, can they give me their Amtrak stuff so I can find the city code? Now, here's the problem. When I thought I had put her on hold, I did not. So this is what I had said to my friend that was sitting beside me. Now, y'all, let me just tell you something about Rachel. Rachel is fun. Rachel likes to be at work having fun. And Rachel has a silly sense of humor. So I turned to the person beside me and I say, look, girl, do you got your Amtrak shit? Because I got this bitch on the phone. She is working my motherfucking nerves. And I'll be so glad when I get off the phone with her, something ass. So I'm saying all this to the person sitting beside me. And then all of a sudden, y'all, in my headset, I hear this. Oh my God. I did not put the lady on hold. So when I realized it, I was like, oh my God. And then I hurry up and put her on hold. And so then the person that was sitting beside me was like, Rochelle, what happened? I said, oh my God, do you know that lady heard everything I said? She was like, oh, my friend just started laughing like she was rolling. She was like, girl, you about to be fired. So I was sitting there like, oh my God. Now, here's the thing. Our boss was like 28 years old. And at the time, I probably was like 39, something like that. And it was a guy. And because he was so young, he didn't have that feel of a boss. It felt like he was our friend and he was fun and he liked to laugh and just a nice guy. So what I did is I went back on the line all professional with the lady. And what I did is I said something like, ma'am, just wanted to let you know that I'm just trying to check to see if there's any availability on those trains that you wanted. And I hurried up and put her on hold before she said something. Then I went over to my boss's desk and I was like, look, I said, I'm gotta tell you something, but before I tell you, you're gonna fire me. But let me just know when you fire me. Let me just let you know when you fire me. Me and my kids gonna be over your house. I said, I know you're married. I know you got a wife and you don't got no kids now. I said, but I got a boy. He knows how to cut grass. I said, he do little things around the house. I said, now he eats a lot. I said, now because I ain't gonna have no job, I ain't gonna be able to buy no groceries. I said, but if you need me to do any favors for you, and I did like wink, wink. I was like, I would be willing to do it. I said, now my daughter, she's a little young thing. She don't eat a lot. I said, she don't know how to do nothing around the house, but she's a good kid. I said she will be reading you stories in the evening and all that stuff. In other words, I was telling him, look, man, please don't fire me. So he was like, Rachel, well, what did you do? So I proceeded to tell him, I was like, look, his name was Ben. I said, look, Ben, this is what I said, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the lady heard everything I said. So he was like, now look, he was cracking up. He laughed so hard. This man was turning all kinds of shades of red. He was like, now look, I'm going to let you go back and finish the call. He was like, if she asks for a supervisor or something, you make sure you get her to me. He said, now what we gonna have to do is, if she asks me, to write you up or fire you or something, he said, I'm not gonna fire you. He said, and I'm not really gonna write you up, but we're gonna go in the back because I gotta make it look like I'm gonna write you up. So I was like, okay, but just remember, don't fire me, please. I was like, I got these two kids to take care of. So I go back to the phone, get on the line. The lady don't really say nothing. I think she was shocked. Well, yeah, she probably was on the other end clutching her damn pearls. The bitch had worked my damn nerves for 45 minutes, and that's why I was acting like that. So I complete the call, go back up to my boss, my supervisor, and I was like, Ben, I waited for a little bit. I said, did she call you back? Did anybody call? He was like, surprisingly, Rachel, nothing. He was like, now, if she calls back and she gets, another supervisor or she asks for a manager, you know, she's not going to get me. So all that day, y'all, my toes was all clenched because I was like, look, this job paid too much for me to be getting fired over my damn mouth for cussing. But these people that we worked for, these people that we booked, they were like the ultimate fucking divas and aggravation. They were used to having their way. They were rich and, the movers and shakers of companies. So pretty much when we booked them, they had to be where they needed to be because they were on business for the company. Now, another story that I'm going to tell y'all actually happened to me and my friends. Now, as a travel agent, we would occasionally get these things that were called FAMs, and that's FAMS. And what they were is like the airline would offer to fly us somewhere, for free. And basically it was to familiarize ourselves with a part of the country or a hotel or something like that. So we would get those quite frequently. So this one particular time, I think it was American Airlines was going to fly us to New York for the weekend. And we would get our flight for free, and then we would have to try to find a hotel that will put up 10 travel agents for free. Now, how we would get them to do that is we would explain to them that we work for American Express and that we were going to be in the city, and we were wanting to know if they could comp us some rooms, and we would promise to book their hotel, and we work for this particular company. Like, we would tell them the company whose travel we were booking. And we would say we have travelers in New York all the time. We're looking at hotels that, that we can book our travelers in, and we were interested in your hotel. But before we book it, we want to come stay to make sure that the amenities that you have would be good for our travelers. So that's how we would get free hotels. So think about it. We got our flight there for free, and then we got our hotel free because the hotel agreed to comp us 2 nights for free. So me and my friends, we get on the flight. It's a 50 passenger jet from, I used to live in Cleveland. So we flew from Cleveland to LaGuardia, and we get there. We take the shuttle from the airport. We're at the hotel. So when we get to the hotel, it is all these people in the lobby. So the hotel tells us that we came right at the time where they were checking out, people that were there the night before, and that we needed to wait on our rooms because they had to have house clean it. So normally when we get there and it's like 2 o'clock, that is already done. So we were like, okay. So they told us they would give us we could go to the bar, and they would, give us a little tab, and, we could drink, and it would be on the house. I think they gave us like some drink coupons or something. So finally our rooms get ready, and normally when it's like a group of travel agents and they would try to put us in the same room. Like if it was 8 of us, they would give us 4 rooms, and you know, they would have 2 of us in each room. But this particular hotel gave us all our own rooms, and we were all on different floors. So I thought it was kind of cool because I don't really know those bitches, and a lot of times, you know, they're just slapping together people who might not even like each other. So this particular time, I was like, okay, you know, I'm cool. So we get our rooms, and you know, everybody goes to their room, and then me and my girl, we happen to be on the same floor, right next to each other, right next door to each other. So we cool. We got our room doors open, and we're laughing, and you know, we trying to figure out what we gonna do, how we gonna hit up New York, run through, and have us some fun for these little 2 days that we there. So we hang out that night. The hotel gives us free dinner, and then we go out, you know, in New York. So eventually, you know, we're tired because we had to be at the airport like first thing in the morning, and we had been running all day. So round 9, y'all, because we had to be at the airport like at 6 o'clock in the morning. Most of us is woe out because we done worked Friday, and then we had to be at the airport 6 o'clock in the morning, blah blah blah. So around 9, we make it back to the hotel. We are exhausted. So me and my friend, we go up to our room. A couple of them stay down in the lobby because you know they can hang. They gonna sit at the bar at the hotel and chill. So me and my one friend, we go upstairs to our room. We say goodnight and all this. So I fall asleep instantly. I think as soon as I took my clothes off and laid down, because we have been running around New York all day, you know, I was tired. So around couple hours later, around 11:30, maybe quarter to 12, the phone in the hotel started ringing. So I'm like, who is calling me? You know, on the phone in the hotel. So I didn't answer. I rolled back over. I was like, it's a mistake because I got a cell phone, and if it's my family, they will call me on my cell phone. So then I roll back over, and the phone start ringing again, and I hear this banging on the wall. So I pick up the phone, and it's my friend that's in the room next to me, and she cried. She was like, Rachel, oh my God, Rachel, I'm scared. I said, what's wrong? And she was like, girl, it's something rustling in the corner. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so she told me that she had some plastic bags that were across the room in the corner. And when she cut on the light, she thought she had saw something run across the floor. So I was like, what are you talking about? So she was like, Rachel, I think it's a rat in the room with me. So I was like, oh my God. And she was like, please, please come and get me or call. I told her, I said, girl, call down to the fucking desk and tell somebody to come up here. I ain't coming over there. I said, girl, you know I'm scared of shit like that. So at this time, I'm getting up, putting on, you know, my pants. And so I'm like, well, what you want me to do? She was like, go down to the lobby and get somebody. So I'm like, girl, I'm not going down there with my pajamas on, and I'm not getting dressed. So I said, come out there. She was like, I want to get out of here. I don't. She had started making herself like really scared. I said, she was like, I want to get out of here. I'm scared. It's moving. The bag is moving again. So I was like, she was like, I think it's in a bag. And so then I was like, okay, girl, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to your door. Just I said, run across the room screaming because, you know, if you make noise, whatever it is in there is going to run away from you. So she was like, are you sure you're going to be at my door? I was like, yeah, I'm going to be at your door. I said, come on, girl. And then what I did is I went over to her room, and I was standing at the door, and I was like, I'm out here. Run now, run now. So child, why this girl run across the room screaming like the fucking hotel was on fire? I hear her fumbling from the door. When this broad opened the door, she ran past me, ran to the elevator, screaming all the while. She had on her bra and some shorts, like some coochie cutter shorts, y'all. Them ones that's all up in your thighs. So we get on there. I was like, hold on. We gonna have to go back to the room. I ain't going down to the lobby with you like that. I said, put on something of mine. And she was like, girl, You ain't even 5 feet tall. Ain't none of your shit gonna fit me. Cause my friend was about 5'11", and she was quite a bit bigger than me. Not a big girl, but bigger than me. And she was right. None of my shit would fit her. So we get on the elevator. She's screaming and hollering, crying all the way down to the lobby, y'all. And I got a bad sense of humor. That shit was funny. I was cracking up. So as soon as the elevator hit the first floor, why does bra run out the elevator, run up to the desk with a bra on and some fucking coochie cutter shorts. The shorts actually looked like she had on panties because they were stuck all in her buttons. So I follow her, and she trying to explain what happened in her room. They don't understand the goddamn thing she's saying because she crying and shit. So they was like, they turned to me. I was like, look, I don't know. She called me. She said there was something moving in her room. She thinks she saw something. So they were like, um, well, we'll go back up there and we'll check the room. So I heard them say something about damn rats. So I didn't want to tell my friend because all her shit was in there. So they go back up to the room. Now she won't go in there. So she like, I don't care what it is. Don't even tell me. Get my shit, and I want to get out of this hotel. So I was like, what you mean? Because they were going to give her another room. And she was like, fuck that shit. I don't even want to be in this hotel. She was like, I think it was a goddamn rat and it looked like a fucking cat. I said, what? So by this time, I had went in my room while they were checking her room and called our other travel agent friends and was like telling them what happened. I said, y'all, I think it was a rat in, such and such's room. I said, and she out here flipping out, y'all, telling them, they was going to offer her another room on another floor. I said, and this crazy bitch, she don't want another room. She wanted to leave, and she wanted them to pay for it. So when my other friends found out what happened, child, within like 10 to 15 minutes, all of them was in the lobby with these fucking suitcases and shit. They were all like, we all leaving this motherfucker. So when we got to the lobby, so I was like, well, they ain't leaving me. Let me get my shit, and I'm going to go with them. And so the hotel, they was trying to calm us down. Look, we can make this right, blah, blah, blah. So we all down the lobby. My one friend that it happened in her room, she started threatening them. She was like, look, we told y'all that we were travel agents. Don't have us go back to the office and spread the word about y'all having rats in the room. Because from what I'm understanding, I think it was a rat in her room. And I think what happened is she had some bags that she had some food in, like maybe a candy bar or something that she had opened up, but she didn't eat all of it. And it was like wrapped up in the bag, and whatever it was got in her bag, and that's what she heard, the crinkling sounds of the bag. So we all down in the lobby, half of us half dressed, like they might have on the pajama bottoms and a jacket, and they got on their house shoes with socks and shit on. So my friend made such a stink that this hotel, so we wouldn't like go back to the office and put the bad word about them, they did this thing that they call walking us to another hotel. And basically what it is they just call another hotel that they partner with. Like, if this hotel is full and they can't accommodate a guest, then they have a partner with that they'll call and say, look, we got 6 travelers and we can't accommodate them. Can y'all do it for us? And then the other hotel will do the same. They kind of partner with each other. So what they did is they called this other hotel. Now, I'm not sure what they told them. I'm not sure if they said something like, y'all, we got a rat problem here. The gig is up. These travel agents done found out we got 6 of them. I don't know if they told them the exact reason. But what happened is they did get us reaccommodated at another hotel. They actually called 2 cabs because all of us couldn't fit in one. And the taxis took us to the other hotel. And my one friend who that happened to, like in this other hotel, they were going to give us, like they had 4 rooms. So we had to figure out who were gonna, which of us were gonna bunk up. Now, of course, after my friend had been traumatized, she wanted to sleep in a room by herself. She actually, child, I agreed to bunk with her, and the room had 2 beds in it. Y'all know this bitch was trying to sleep in the bed with me. I was like, look, girl, I know you scared and everything, but I don't know you like that. You better get your ass over in that other bed. I said the only thing separating us is this damn nightstand. If something happened, you know, it's girl, we gonna be okay. All night long, this bitch was like, Rachel. And I was like, girl, go to sleep. She was like, I can't sleep every time I think about it. It was the funniest shit, y'all. It was the funniest shit. Now, we ended up staying at this hotel that they walked us to that night because I think we went there on Saturday morning. So we really only stayed at that hotel Saturday night because the next morning when we woke up, we were going to be leaving that day. So in one night, y'all, we had stayed at 2 hotels because my one friend had a fucking rat in her room. Now, the part that kills me is she said that what she saw, she said, you know how you sit up in bed and you cut the light on and you sit there for a minute, and but you're dozing back off. She said right as she dozed off, she saw what was in her bag run out, and her thing was, she said it was big as a fucking cat. Now, I don't know if it was that big, but I do believe that whatever she saw was big because this bitch was not playing. She damn near ran through the door getting out that room. I was like, y'all, and I knew it wasn't funny because the girl was shaking, like trembling and just terrified. But when I tell y'all I was rolling, I could not help it. This bitch was so mad at me the next morning. She was like, I cannot believe that you were laughing at me, Rachel. It is not funny. If that had happened to you, I said, bitch, you would have been laughing too. I said, you ran out the goddamn room with your fucking bra on and some goddamn cooch cutters. I was cracking up. I said, and you didn't even realize that you freaking got dressed like this broad put on her clothes, y'all, in the lobby of a hotel. And let me tell y'all, this was a big hotel. Matter of fact, I don't remember the name of the hotel. I just remember this. It was down the street from Trump Tower because I remember the next morning when we got up, we walked a little bit down the street and we walked past Trump Tower. So this broad was in the lobby putting on her clothes, shirt, pants, everything. She literally took off her coochie cutter shorts in the lobby, was standing there with her panties on and put some jeans on. She was not, they were like, ma'am, we got a bathroom over there. She was like, I ain't going in no clothes room in this goddamn hotel again. She was like, if it's a goddamn problem, y'all shouldn't have rats running through your goddamn hotel. I'm getting dressed right here. We was cracking up. Y'all, when I tell you I was rolling, I was crying. I was crying. Imagine your friend, a girl that you worked with for years, getting dressed in the middle of the goddamn lobby. They even asked her, would she come around the desk and get dressed behind the desk? Because you know how, like, when you putting on your pants, you got to bend over and your booty all out. And y'all, let's face it, we black women, we got some ass. She was like, I ain't going behind shit. She was like, I'm getting dressed right here. Y'all, now, a couple of us had sense of humor like me. We were on the floor. I have never laughed so much, so hard in my life. That shit was hilarious, even when I think about it today. To see her standing there, digging all in her bag, taking her shorts off, finding her some jeans. You know how you stand there like, girl, you about to get dressed in the fucking lobby? And she was like, bitch, yeah, what you got to say about it? I was like, no, bitch, you about to get dressed in the lobby? She was like, yeah. Y'all, she got completely dressed, everything, socks. She didn't give a damn. She was searching for shit that matched. I was cracking up. She was like, I'm not about to leave out of here looking like no goddamn fool. I was sitting there thinking, now you do realize you in the lobby getting dressed, so you already look like a goddamn fool. My friend got dressed in the lobby was standing there like we were waiting for the taxi to come. She was cussing. They couldn't keep her quiet. She was like, I don't believe this motherfucking shit. We done came to this goddamn city, and why of all the rooms did the brat got to be in? It got to be in my room. They were like, ma'am, could you quit saying this all out? She was, because it was other people in the hotel, and I guess they didn't want her to cause like a mass exodus after she keep on saying that they got rats in the hotel, which she was not lying. Something was in her room. That girl, whatever it was loud enough to wake that girl up because we were exhausted. So I know she was not lying because they were trying to tell her maybe she was sleeping. You know, she thought she saw something. She was like, fuck that shit. You know, I was thinking to myself, don't keep saying that to her because the more you say that to her, it's pissing her off. And where she was talking low, y'all making her mad, and she gonna be yelling so loud, she gonna let everybody know that y'all got rats in this hotel. Well, needless to say, y'all, we left that damn hotel. We ended up at another hotel. We enjoyed our trip, the rest of our trip. The rest of us did. Because I think after that, she felt dirty and scared everywhere we went. She just wanted out of New York. She did not like it. It was, I guess, the worst trip of her life. And can you blame her? And with that, y'all, this was fun telling y'all this. And I have a whole bunch of more stories. So when I think of something else, I'll tell y'all. But I just wanted to let y'all into a little window of what it was like to be a travel agent. Now, I told y'all a lot of the stories are fun. Some of them are sad. And I got a chance to travel to quite a few places in the country and in the world. So I will share some of those stories with you if you're interested. And with that, everyone, thanks for listening to my video, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.